What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we are looking at the best characters to use for USJ Fire Zone. Free to play. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Hit the thumbs up button. It is greatly appreciated. There's one in particular character that I want to mention that's actually good for this that I do not have unlocked yet. We go to the gear shop. This is actually your USJ tokens that you will get. Roll down a little bit right here. This SR is very, very strong. And one thing you're going to notice is you want to have characters that do damage and do like buffs as well. You don't want to have characters that are just like all buffs. That's the biggest problem that I face, is my characters have too much survivability and I'm at a point where I keep running out of turns. I keep hitting 14 turns and I just didn't put out enough damage. We're actually going to do a run at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around, watch the whole video. This in particular ability, absolutely amazing. Increases the character's plus ultra gauge by a percentage and lets them use 2 normal attacks for 3 turns. Highly suggested. Get this character for the fire zone if you are struggling. Go over some of the characters that I'm gonna use and some characters that I kind of don't suggest you use. All free to play players should at least have SRs, at least 3 ability characters. All right, so first up we have Cooking Fun Shoto. Only problem with using him in the fire zone is the boss that we face is immune to burn and bleed effects. You'll notice his ultimate ability right here has a medium chance of burning the opponent, so that is kind of useless. But he has a lot of other good abilities. So aside from that, we have things like increase character's power by 30%, lower the chance of all allies getting burned or frozen. So this is really good because that boss actually has the ability to burn our team. So giving us that burn immunity, even if it is a low chance, can help out overall. Then we also have more damage and we have a chance of freezing the opponent as well. And then again, just a bunch of more damage. You just want to have characters that can put out a lot of damage. So right here, absolutely amazing character. Now this one is probably one of the best SRs right here, the Techniques Taught version. Absolutely insane because his ultimate ability right here has a higher chance of binding if the opponent is a strength type. Now we know that this boss that we're going up against is a strength type. So he has a high chance of binding the boss, which is absolutely amazing. Definitely suggest if you have this character, use this for the Fire Zone USJ. Cancels 1 status element of a single ally, so you can get rid of your burn if the boss burns you, and then also prevents it from happening again. Finally, we have Smile's version of her. Really strong ultimate ability, but the thing that I really like about her is she has this passive skill, increase power of all ABL ability type allies by 10%. Of course, you're going to be using all ability characters for your fire zone run. So I mean, hey, that's just 10% more power that everyone gets. So that alone just makes her really strong. She has restore HP of all allies, which also helps out, and increase skill impact. And then she has her damage abilities as well. So overall, these are some of the best characters that I would suggest. I would definitely stay away from the ability characters that have to do with a lot of bleeds and a lot of burning effects because the boss is immune. In particular, I'm going to show you a really good example. Let's take a look at this version of this character, Hellfire of Ruin. You'll notice almost all of his abilities have to do with burning. You'll see high chance of burning the opponent and burns himself. Again, medium chance of burning the opponent. Stuff like that is just, it's useless because the boss is immune to those status elements. So you really want to look out for that. Don't pick characters that have a lot of bleeds or burns or stuff like that because it doesn't do anything. One honorable mention right here, Glint of a Knife. Only problem with her is her ultimate ability does have this medium chance of causing the opponent to bleed. Again, the boss is immune to bleed, but one thing that I do like about her is this ability right here, decrease the opponent's defense by 15% for 3 turns. Absolutely a very strong skill. And then also something like this, she's got too many buffs. That would be my biggest problem, is she only has like 2 damage abilities, which would be her 1 action skill and then her ultimate. And then a lot of the other stuff is just kind of like buffs and debuffs and stuff. So she has like increased character speed, increased character crit hit rate. And this one's kind of useless. Increased character's critical hit rate every time they defeat an opponent. You're just going up against one boss. So for her, I would say she's kind of a no-go just for boss battles. She's really just not going to help us out. There are some R characters, if you want to go that low, that are somewhat decent. You have the at school versions right here. This one, it's okay, you know, nothing too crazy. The R's are just really weak though. So I feel like even as a free-to-play, I would 100% stick with using an SR over an R. But again, you got to use what you got, right? If you guys don't have these characters, you know, I understand. Now let's take a look at some of these memories. Now you really want to look for memories that are just going to increase your power, because that's like my biggest problem, especially if it says like the recommended battle power is like 115,000 and you're way over that, but you still keep struggling. You're just not putting out enough damage. So a good thing to do is look for memories that will increase your power and stuff like that. So for instance, right here, I'm putting on this memory, increase character's power by 15%, increase it by another 15% when their HP is below 50. So hopefully that helps us clear this stage 3 that we're stuck on. And then for her, again, we're just buffing her HP, just giving her more survivability. I honestly don't have too many memories that buff my character's power, which I was kind of like, wow, really? Kind of sucks. But then we do have this one, regenerate characters HP by 25% and increase their critical hit rate when equipped by a male. So this was an absolutely amazing SR memory to use. Again, just giving us more damage overall and giving us a little bit of survivability. But this is the team that we are going to take. So if you don't want to watch the battle, then I understand. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. I love you guys and girls. Stay happy, stay safe. But right now we are about to jump into a fire zone battle. And again, I put my UR, my ultra rare, in the subcategory just because I just kind of want to make it fair for everyone. So if we can clear it with all the SRs, that's fine. Otherwise, it's not bad if you go to your subs. It's another thing that I also want to mention is like when you're doing these, so like 3-star these levels, you don't have to have your 3 mains survive. Like you can have some of your mains get destroyed and have some of your subs come in and do damage as well. So because of that, you don't have to worry so much about survivability if you're running into the problem where you're maxing out your turns. That's kind of where it is. If you're maxing out your turns, you're reaching 14 out of 14 and your team's still alive, you're not putting out enough damage, you have too much survivability. If your characters are dying before you get to that point to destroy the enemy, then that means you don't have enough survivability. So you kind of get the understanding of how it is. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to tackle level 3. Hopefully we should be able to do this. Recommended BP is 115,000. Another thing you can do is just click on the boss, long click on the boss, and it gives you a huge breakdown of everything. Like you have your recommended stats right here. So it says HP regeneration, blind, burn resistant, UP, just stuff that you would want to look out for when you're building your team or looking to attach memories to your characters. You also notice the traits, immune to burn and bleeding. Like I said, this boss is immune to burn and bleeding. His power increases. And then it also shows you his main skills as well. So let's jump into this. Now, usually you want to do these manually if you have like a specific order that your skills need to be used. But I believe that the team that I have set up right now is okay. And I can kind of run it on auto. We just need to make sure that we hit our skill chains. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna activate our plus ultra from our guest. I'm gonna do 2 times speed and we're gonna go into auto, just make sure I hit all these. All right, a little bit of damage, because that's one thing that always freaks me out is missing the taps. I always get so worried that I'm gonna miss these. If you want a really good challenge for your like reflexes, set it to auto 3 times speed and try and hit a perfect chain every time. It is pretty hard. It is pretty hard, but it is fun. Like, see, I almost missed that one because I wasn't paying attention. Let's see, what are we doing? We resisted that. We're doing pretty good so far. We're at what, turn 3? Everyone has their plus ultra right now, so we're gonna, oh, see, he got bound. You see that? Absolutely amazing. He got bound. That's gonna help us out a lot. Everyone just got their ultimate ability off. We put out a tremendous amount of damage right there. We've got him down to 406 at turn 4. He's gonna hit us with his ulti. If you notice that you're about to hit 14 turns, like your maximum amount of turns, and you're not even close to destroying the enemy, you can go ahead and you can actually just forfeit the match, and it will not count as a used turn. That's a really cool trick that I suggest. If you ever do that and you're like, oh man, we're about to fail this, but I don't want to waste my turn, go ahead, just go to menu, forfeit, and it will not count. All right, we got him down to 300. Let's see, 300K. So we'll go back to the drawing board and see what else we can do. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, blah, blah. Stay happy, stay safe, my friends. What's today? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday, my friends. Peace.